Hey guys, so we just finished this crazy project, and some of you have been following along with Facebook and Instagram. And in a nutshell, we were at the laundromat, I think, and I checked Craigslist because we're always looking for opportunities to collect used materials because we don't want to build our home from Home Depot. That would defeat the entire purpose, and we don't want to go broke doing it, and we don't want to go in debt. So the idea is that we're collecting all these used materials for a really low cost, or we're trading, or we're even getting some of them for free. And this opportunity is just something that we had to talk about and make a specific video because it was so awesome.
Yeah, this camera right now is sitting on a stack of cedar boards. Each board we checked last night just because we needed like a boost of morale. Each board is worth between $20 and $40, and there's probably 40 boards where that camera is sitting. There's another 50 over here. So just the extra day and a half that we've actually been here, that the contractor who is going to demolish these houses, or this building too.
Yeah, and let's back up a hair. The reason we even found this is because the whole building is being completely demolished. And the original Craigslist posting was strictly for the roofing because it's metal galvanized roofing, and we were going to be able to collect, I think, 70 sheets for around $300, which we thought was a really good deal. And then we started talking to the contractor in charge of the demolition, and he said, feel free to take anything that you see, including lumber. So we figured we'd try to get as much as we could in a day and a half. And then he kept coming by and he kept saying, hey, you guys want another day? You guys want another day? We're like, heck yeah, we'll take as much time as you can give us.
Yeah, when we were over here, I think we just showed a lot of work initiative. We showed a lot of work ethic, and that he noticed that, you know. And he said, well, I could probably put it off a day, and we thought, gosh, that would be amazing because
it's
pretty
like these
much
crazy kids think they're enjoying it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much all the lumber that we have has come from the fact that he gave us an extra day and a half or gave us an extra 5 minutes, because the metal ended up taking us a full 2 days to remove. A lot of it was very difficult, obviously with like ring shank nails, and we were flat exhausted after the metal. Yeah. I mean, we were exhausted when we started.
I think that first night we went to bed at 7 p.m. and woke up like 11 hours later or something.
Yeah, we literally slept like 12 hours nonstop. And yeah, so the point of this project was, obviously, as Alyssa said, you know, how do you build a home but not get buried in debt? And we're just trying this because right here, just in this particular opportunity, we paid $300. Granted, we didn't barter. We didn't have anything to trade with this guy, although he did offer to barter, but we didn't have anything he wanted.
Yeah.
$300 cash and 3.5 days of our time, make it 4 days of our time, and we're sitting on somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000 worth of stuff. Well, the reason we don't know is because we haven't had time to count everything yet. You know, we've kind of just like ballparked the roofing and ballparked the boards and the beams and the trusses. And
I'd say a large part of this house isn't salvageable, although we did manage to collect a lot of firewood. But a lot of the stuff is. Some of it we may run through a planer, some we might not. But it's quality wood that's been kept dry, so there's no reason we can't reuse it.
Yeah, and I think Alyssa and I've talked about this a lot during this project. You know, there's sexy, and then there's practical, and you know, we don't want to build a house that looks like a shack, and we don't plan to do that. But at the same time, a lot of these materials are just structural. They'll be behind pretty things, and they'll be holding the building up, so they don't need to be sexy.
And a lot of what makes older homes look like shacks is that they're really low ceilings, and they just have little tiny windows. So both in our barn and our house, we plan on putting huge windows in, and that's something we're probably going to splurge on. Although we did find some double pane vinyl windows, which will help. But I think the idea is that use all these elements that you can, and then go to Home Depot or buy new stuff when you really have to.
Yeah, and a huge part of this project was to demonstrate to ourselves, and then also to those who are following us, that time can be traded, not just money. You know, we gave the guy $300, but it took 4 days of our time, and if we had jobs earning whatever, let's say we made $20 an hour, that's a pretty decent American wage. $20 an hour in the last 4 days, we wouldn't have made nowhere near the amount of value that we have in materials to build our home with. Granted, this isn't going to build a house, but it gets us one huge leap farther. The roofing is darn near close to everything we need to build our barn, probably a shed. A lot of this stuff can be used to build sheds, which cost money too. I mean,
Yep.
a basic shed's $3,000.
And what's funny is we need sheds and things like that just to even build our house because, as you see, we're getting quite the accumulation of materials and we have nowhere
Yeah.
to put them.
Yeah, and we have a trailer, we have a four-wheeler, we have a lot of things that we need to protect. So not all of this is going to become a house or part of a house, but every piece of this is valuable. You know, we need a roof on our hot tub deck. We've
Yeah.
got everything we need to do that now.
The illusion is you could just move to bare land and hit the ground running building a house, which we found not to be true at all. There's a lot of pre-work to be done, which also costs money.
Yeah, we're validating a lot of this stuff because, you know, we've read books, you read the internet, whatever, you watch YouTubes, and you believe you can do it. But this is good experience for us. And I'll tell you, we are flat out exhausted. We're very young. We've been at this pace. Ironically, before we even started this, we were already exhausted because we'd already been on like a 4-day material acquisition spree, running here and picking up these boards. And we moved 2,000 bricks by ourselves. We've done everything here by ourselves. And I mean, our joints are hurting
Yeah,
very,
don't let
very
our
bad.
smiling faces
Yeah.
lead you astray. We're definitely ready for a hot tub
But-
for a week.
But what we're trying to communicate is that none of this do we owe a bank on. We don't owe any lenders. We don't owe interest. We don't owe any tax on any of it. So it's all ours, and we can build whatever we want from it. So I was mentioning to Alyssa last night, this is how you build a $100,000 house for $10,000. You know, whether we get 100 to 1 or 10 to 1, you know, purchasing power, it's still monumental. It would take us, we talked about this last night, over a year if we saved every dollar we could save for over a year to buy the materials that we've got from this opportunity here. So the other thing is, when it comes to having time, she just found this while we were waiting for laundry to dry. And literally, we called the man that minute because things like this go very quick. And honestly, if we would have been in a higher density population area, like maybe in the big city, this had been gone already because there's so many people competing for materials. But we're in a rural area, nobody called, and the deadline on this thing was ridiculous. It was like a day and a half away, and it was kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So, but it's right down the street from us, just worked out. But if we would not have had just the opportunity to put everything we were doing on hold and jump in, this would have slipped away. And, you know, we've missed a couple other opportunities like this, some barns that needed to be taken down or moved or whatever. But the point is, if we have the time available, we can control our time completely. We don't have to clock in, clock out. We got up at 6 o'clock this morning after working 6 or 7 straight days, 12 hours a day, breaking back work.
Yep.
But we didn't do it to clock in and go to a job that we hate. We've been working ourselves like dogs.
I think our battery is going to die if it hasn't already, so we should probably wrap this up.
Yeah.
So I guess summing it up, all we want to say is that there are opportunities like this, and we don't expect this to come up every week or every month. But if all you need to do is look, and you can find some really great opportunities and find really great stuff for really great prices or free.
Yeah, and adjust your standards. So don't be so stingy that you aren't willing to accept these materials. In fact, a lot of these materials are higher quality than you could buy at Home Depot today.
Just go on Pinterest and look for like antique home and barns, and you'll see that there are all sorts of uses for this stuff, and it looks immaculate.
Totally. Well, we're going to go get coffee, so we'll catch you later. All right, we went and got coffee, and we decided we could not end the video without providing you with this, which is us coming back, and the house is now a pile of rubbish. Complete pile of rubbish. But there are some positive points to this pile of rubbish. One, there are some really nice poles back there, and the excavator operator was kind enough to set them on top so that we could have them. This is good news. We just happened to catch the contractor, and he said if we gave him our phone numbers and names, he would give us a call for the next job. Turns out he's got one lined up already, and it's a beautiful home that they're going to just demolish. So we're going to give him our contact information, and he's going to give us a call when he's ready. Hopefully he gets the contract on that job. If he does, he said he'd have a month to get that one down. So this one we had 3.5 days. We're freaking exhausted. But he said that there's some really nice beams, nice flooring, a bunch of other stuff. It was built in the 1920s. So hopefully we can get that job too. And we can add to our stockpile of cool stuff. Anyway, so we wanted to end the video on a positive note. As you can see, the excavator is here. Took him like 2 hours. House be gone. Bye-bye. and now we have to load all of our stuff and take it back to our property. So, thanks for joining us for this fun video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you like videos like this about timber framing, solar projects, homesteading, please follow us on our blog. It's purelivingforlife.com. We also do Facebook and Instagram, so if you enjoy those, please follow us over there too. We do a lot of mini posts, like we've posted a lot of progress photos and little things about this project on there. Also, YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel so you can get all of our future videos. We'll see you next time.